G'day, Brad and Tess with you. We're going to take you through some tips about when to replace certain parts and accessories on your CrossWave Cordless Max, because we do get a lot of questions about when to replace filters, maybe when to replace brush rolls, and what brush rolls are available as well for your CrossWave Max. Now, in the base model of the CrossWave Cordless Max, I have the multi-surface pet brush roll in here, so perfect for homes with pets, but also that brush is going to allow you to go from all of your hard floor surfaces plus your area rugs too. So to take the brushes out, you're going to lift the window. Now make sure you give this an occasional wipe, maybe even a rinse under the tap. Even though you might have used the automated self-cleaning system, it's just nice to be able to give that a nice wipe and make sure it's free of any debris. But the brush roll can come out just by pulling a tab here on the foot of the machine. So that's your brush roll. You can see you have your microfiber, but you also have your stiff nylon bristles there as well. So that's really going to be cleaning all of your surfaces. Now when these start to get quite discolored, so maybe you've had the brush roll for about 12 months, I would suggest replacing it if you can, just to keep the machine and the brush roll operating at its best. Now, in the meantime, while your brush roll is still good, you could pop it into the side here after cleaning, just to make sure it air dries, and then you can pop your window back onto the machine just by lining up the nodules at the bottom there, he says, and then you clip it into place and make sure it clicks and it's flush with the machine. If you find that you haven't placed that back onto the machine properly, you'll just lose suction, that's all. So just make sure it's on there nice and clicked on. You'll find there's a spot at the back of the dock as well. I'll move the brush so you can see, but you've got a little space here for your filter. So you can also take out the filter from the dirt tank and rest that there in between cleans, just to make sure that your filter is air dried and minimizing odors. The filters will live at the top of the dirt tank here. So normally you would lift the lid and you would dump out the dirt, give everything a rinse. What you could do also is take the filter out and just keep an eye on this mesh filter. So from day-to-day use, just make sure this mesh bit is clean. You don't necessarily need to rinse the filter after every use, but certainly when it's dirty, I would give the whole thing a rinse and then leave it to dry for 24 hours and then pop it back into the machine. Or as I just said, you could actually just leave it in the little dock there and that will dry naturally anyway. But it's just this little mesh bit that you should be keeping clean during everyday use, and that can clip on and clip off just with the little things at the side there, the little nodules. But these, when they start to look like this, so I'll show you the difference between a really dirty old filter that I've had for about 12 months versus one that is nice, fresh and clean. So you can see the color difference. So when it starts to look like this, think about replacing it. You can pick these up from most major electrical retailers, such as the one where you got the CrossWave from, or you could just head to BISSELLshop.com.au and under the accessories area or spares, you'll be able to find the filters to purchase. So I would suggest having two, always have two on the go so you can rotate. Now this, if you want to be able to clean this more thoroughly, because it is a pleated filter, you will find that you might get some black stuff in the middle there. Just get a little spare toothbrush, some mild detergent in the sink, give it a swish around, give it a bit of a scrub with the toothbrush. That should dislodge any of the embedded dirt inside there. Then of course just leave it in the dock to dry, or leave it outside to air dry naturally. Pop them back in and then you're ready to go for next time. So they're the two main things, the brush roll and the filter. If you have multiple different surfaces that you need to be cleaning, so perhaps maybe the multi-surface brush roll is fine for your hard floors, but you really want to be cleaning your delicate hardwood floors, maybe your floating floorboards, maybe have really shiny tiles that show up every single mark. I can relate because I do have certain tiles in my house that do that. You could pick up on the wood floor brush roll. So that's this one here. So the difference between the wood floor brush roll and the standard multi-surface pet that it comes with, obviously the color difference is there, but this here just has straight microfiber, so you don't have any of those stiff nylon bristles. So this is perfect for your delicate floors, such as your timbers and your floating floors and your shiny tiles. So that's great. You could pick that up from BISSELLshop.com.au. Now here is the standard brush roll, so if you do need the multi-surface pet again, so that's this one. You could also pick that up from the Bissell website if you need a spare, because some people would like to have one for maybe the kitchen, maybe one for the bathroom, or maybe just one dedicated to pet mess or something like that. We also have the multi-surface brush roll, so you could pick this one up as well. This is just the non-pet version of the multi-surface brush. Very similar, just doesn't have that pet technology built into it. And finally at the end, we get a lot of questions about this one. Everybody wants to be cleaning their rugs as thoroughly as possible, and you can do that with the dedicated area rug brush roll. So you can see this brush roll looks very similar to what you would find on a Bissell carpet cleaner. It's not going to turn your CrossWave into a full-size carpet cleaner, so don't be thinking you can do your wall-to-wall carpets with this machine and get the same result as you would with a carpet cleaner, but certainly you'll be getting a deeper clean on those area rugs and a much more thorough clean on those thicker plush pile rugs and those thicker carpets. So you could pick up this brush roll, and if you happen to want to deep clean your carpets and your rugs a little better with your CrossWave, then pick up that brush. It's pretty good. In fact, I've got a shag rug on the floor here, and this brush roll cleans it much more thoroughly. But as I said, it's not going to replace your carpet cleaner. Formulas. Now your formula. Oh, sorry, Tess, scaring you. Now, what do we got here at the front? That's a multi-surface pet. So that is for you pet owners. It's going to neutralize those odors in your home, but also still clean your area rugs and your carpets. We also have the hard floor sanitized. So as the name suggests, it's going to sanitize your hard floors. Don't use this on your carpet. Don't use this on your area rugs. It's dedicated for your timber, your tile, and your lino, your vinyl, any sealed hard floor. All right, so they're all the accessories. You can find them at most major electrical retailers. Now, stock is a bit thin at the moment, so you might have to be patient with the stock levels. Otherwise, just go to the bisselshop.com.au website and you can order all of these accessories there. So just make sure you check them out online if you need any of them.